What is up, my bodyweight warriors? Welcome back to another training vlog. Today's training vlog is a little bit different because it's not actually a training day, or I haven't got like a main strength session planned, but that doesn't mean that you should just sit on the sofa, watch Netflix or whatever. I think it's important that even on days you're not probably training, that you can still work towards stuff that you want to do. For me today, I'm going to be doing a handstand session, getting back into handstands. So exciting. And then, as usual, some form of mobility. We'll figure out what feels tight and go from there. So I'm going to try and make today's video more of a vlog style training session. I'm going to try and avoid doing a commentary and talk more to the camera because I prefer doing those kind of videos. It's not always possible when I'm in the gym because there's music and people and it just gets kind of weird. And now, because it is basically December and winter is almost here, it's a little bit harder to train outside because it's colder. It's usually raining, but not today. Oh, the reason I'm juggling, this is kind of my warm up. Gets the eye-hand coordination going. It's fun, and yeah, just like doing it. So the first thing I do for all training sessions, not just hand balancing, is I always start with a little bit of mobility work. That doesn't mean a full body mobility routine. This means I want to use some mobility techniques to create range of motion that I'm going to use for this session. I don't want to stretch stuff excessively because that's going to reduce how much power I can produce. I just want to make sure that I can get into the positions that I need to get into during that training session. So for me, overhead mobility is a must with handstands. So I'm going to crack out some of that before we get into the proper practice. Now we're a little bit more stretched out. I try to do some activation work using usually a very light resistance band, which, by the way, you can grab in my shop down below. There are a bunch of different exercises that you can do with this resistance band. This one I'm about to do now is the Yuri Marmerstein, basically shoulder rotation. One of my favorites. It moves the shoulder through a whole range of motion. And after that, it's time to move on to a little bit of bodyline drills. So that's going to be about thinking about keeping the handstand nice and straight, no sort of banana action going on. Again, I'm pretty sure I've covered these in more detail in my gymnastics core exercises, so I'm just going to link to that video down below and you can go check that out among with like another 10. This one, however, definitely sucks a bit more. You get those wrists moving, and we can go and do some handstands. So when it comes to handstands, I think one of the most important things to do is actually to play and practice. So I like to do 10 to 15 minutes of freestanding work just to practice, to experiment and find the range of motion. Almost first take. I don't tend to plan too much here, I kind of leave it open. I might come into the session with a bit of a theme, so I might think about working on bodyline, working on different ways to get into the handstand, different shapes, all sorts of things. I just kind of have fun, experiment, because one of the things I love to do most about bodyweight training is hand balancing. A little bit rusty. The reason I recommend this, and I recommended it in my handstand tutorial, which I'm kind of following a similar routine to that, so I'll just link that down below. Very easy to get caught up in just doing wall drills, and you never actually get the chance to try doing a handstand freestanding because it's a very different game. There's no point of contact or reference, it's just kind of you on your hands. And one of the most important things that I like to practice is bodyline. Something I've sucked at for a long time, and it's taken me so long to get right, mainly because my shoulders just wouldn't let me. But maintaining a nice straight line when doing the handstand is the ultimate goal. It makes balancing so much easier. It makes moving into more advanced moves like leg positions, one-arm handstands, all that sort of stuff is an essential stepping stone. None of this banana shit. Even looking back at that previous clip, although the handstand itself was pretty good, I can still see that that line isn't right, my hips are off, my shoulders aren't quite open. As with all of this is a permanent work in progress, just gotta keep working towards those goals. I think I'm gonna call it there. That's been sort of 15 minutes. I don't want to get overly fatigued doing this. I'm kind of just having a play, having an experiment, having fun with training. Now I go into a little bit more of a few drills, some balancing the shoulders, a little bit of rotator cuff work, and then some mobility. One of my favorite drills, and something I probably should do more often, is just a simple chest to wall bodyline handstand drill. Hold it for time. Do you know what's really annoying me? I just looked at that back and it wasn't even remotely straight. There's one of the main reasons why I film a lot of the stuff that I do is because when you go upside down, especially in a handstand, I mean, this applies to all exercises, but your perception of what you're doing is potentially completely different to what you're actually doing. So filming it, having unbiased look at what you're doing and thinking about it is a great way to like coach yourself and improve your own form. Drill, 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 drill. I also always pair the handstand drill stuff with some form of shoulder extension. So usually an L-sit, a reverse support or something like that will also do. And that is basically a majority of the handstand work. For the rotator cuff work, I tend to kind of change up, try different exercises, but essentially it's about keeping the shoulders healthy or trying to get them healthier. In terms of mobility, I kind of just do what's needed. I mean, I literally haven't warmed up. This is cold, very cold splits. Nah, I don't actually need to do a whole bunch of mobility anymore because of all the work that I have done. I can do a lot less to maintain that flexibility. So usually have a look and see what is tight, and then from there I'll decide whether I'll do some stretching. Usually it'll be for the shoulders and then middle splits. I'm not feeling super tight today. I did a middle split session yesterday, so I don't really feel like doing a lot of aggressive stretching today because I've still got some DOMs. So what I'm gonna do, basically go through some FRC hip cars and shoulder cars and just get that joint moving for a full range of motion. Again, I will be bringing more information about this. I just need to learn more myself. Although those look easy, they actually suck so much. They're like one of the most painful exercises, but you can feel so much good happening from them. If you do want to finish up with some mobility here, a good option would be something like my full body mobility routine or the newer full body flexibility routine, both of which I'll link down below in the description for you to follow along. Something that takes about 10-15 minutes, work on your weak points, work on the stuff that's tight. If you want to convert to hand balancing, do some pancake work, do some forward fold work. It's going to depend on your current ability, your goal, where you want to go. But that is it for this week, guys. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button and support the channel. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer them. While you're down there, why not hit that subscribe button? There's new videos every single week, all about mobility, nutrition, bodyweight training. But that has been it for this week, guys. Have a strong week and peace. Can't hit the camera.